I just had to sit here and wait for a parking spot again. And there was one about to open, and I didn't want to risk, that 1 second interval. It would have taken me to get the phone set up and running because I'm not kidding. It's like Animal House out here. It is like, well, it's not funny like Animal House. But, so for you folks who are waiting, I didn't show up right off the bat. I'm very sorry. But I know all four of you were probably disappointed I wasn't on time. But the good news, though, is the roads were pretty clear. I'm shocked, given the amount of rain, snow, and all that we had, just drizzling down all night. But the wind is horrible. It is cold. And it's not supposed to get any much better. At least not for a bit. So I was running a little bit late this morning, getting online. Because I didn't want to risk, taking my hands off the wheel for a second before making a run for it. And okay, I was reading that RTD interview thing and a couple articles around it, and the BBC is still non-committal. Of course, everybody has taken this as the sign that the show has finally come to an end. And it's like, no, of course the BBC is not going to say anything till Disney says something. And now, remember a while back, he said something about, if we have to, we'll film the show without him. And it's just striking me funny that Bad Wolf, why don't they just film the show and put it out? Very successful studio. They've got the facilities. And what else does the BBC have going for it other than 50 and 60-year-old soap operas? It's like, oh, that's right, they got all these reality shows, and it's like, it's kind of sad because unfortunately reality shows are with us to stay. They're cheap and easy to produce, and they get viewership. It's cheaper than, just, putting together a drama or a sci-fi series. And that's why they go with them. But depending on what type of contract was signed for the distribution, unless, there's some kind of no competitive clause, I'd be on the phone to Disney saying, or just Disney, I'd be like, you know what, guys, I've been making some phone calls, and let me see, so far I've got at least a handful of offers. Because if you don't want the show, you better just say now. But chances are there's loopholes, the way you call it, and all that against that, because once again, they always put crap like this in the contract, so you're stuck waiting. Now, a lot of people have been freaking out over this and all that, and I'm like, we already know what's going on. I've talked about this, that even one of the head people over at Sony is getting pissed off at how long it takes to get a committal from a streaming service these days. What the heck was that? Oh my God! One of the tires is a pound low. Ah! It's the cold. So I'm not worried about that. I'm like, why are you chiming, you bastard? Inflate to this. baby, it's cold outside. That's what's going on. That's one of the reasons why I don't like tire pressure monitors, because the fact that, back in the day, you inflated your tires a bit for the winter, and then, if it drops a pound or two, no biggie. Now, these days, it drops a pound and your car has a fit. It starts telling you about it like it's, it's like, well, that's because, oh God, it's a heat expands, cold contracts. It's called, no, that was the, vehicle info saying one of your tires is a pound low. That's why I don't like tire pressure monitors. Because in the winter, they go off all the damn time. Just about every car you have. And so it didn't surprise me any, because this happens like every winter, unless, usually I'd put a few extra pounds in every tire and it wouldn't be a biggie, and I should have this year and I didn't. I've got my own air compressor, so I ain't worried about it. But also, when the temperature warms up, chances are it's not going to do it again. Now, if it said it was like 50 pounds low or whatever, I'd be like, okay, then I'm going to worry. But it is like a heavy-duty wind chill. Okay, so RTD claiming, that they're still waiting on Disney Plus to decide. We're not going to get a verdict till after Series 2 airs. Now they're saying Series 2 may air sooner. And I know I'm confusing the hell out of everybody. Like, what? I'm like, well, this is how they've numbered it, so I'm going to have to go with it. And I think what they're trying to do is, if they move up the air date, they're trying to get a decision a bit sooner out of Disney. Okay, now get ready for laughs ahoy. Oh. The Fallout series went into pre-production and all that in November. And they've already got filming locations set up. One of them's a direct copy of Novak from New Vegas. And the funny part is, the town's called Novak because there's still a sign there from a roadside hotel that was supposed to say no vacancy, but of course the other letters have come off and all that during the the intervening years. So now it just says Novak, so they call the place Novak. And they're using this abandoned roadside hotel that's pretty well known in the area. They've already got props out there. They've already got graffiti on the walls from the New Vegas era and things like that. And of course, the usual suspects are throwing fits. Because RTD, no, not RTD, duh. I mean, Todd Howard and the gang, have decided the shows will be part of the overall canon. And they don't, a bunch of them were throwing fits because the NCR fell. And Shady Sands got bombed. And they've been trying to use every nifty little tactic, like, that could have happened because if it got nuked dead, but it happened after the events in the game, dingus. I highly doubt they're going to use Las Vegas, because New Vegas and Las Vegas, while they are similar, it is two different universes. So, also you got to remember, this is 219 years after the bombs. So, it's not going to look anywhere near new. So, they're probably going to use some desolate areas and all that, maybe a little background CG, green screen walls and things like that. Because one of the things they have to do for the hotel location, and they've already got the green screen set up on scaffolding, was one of the features of this hotel in New Vegas is that there was a dinosaur, like a statue of a dinosaur that was holding up the hotel sign. And they've already got the green screen, the exact place where they can green screen and composite in the dinosaur. So, well, the big problem with the Narnia books for you folks, and the Narnia movies was the fact that after the first couple of movies, the saga doesn't keep all the characters. And so by the time they got into the third movie, just about everybody else is gone. It's down to just a couple characters, and it's like, okay, so these well-established characters, because of the book, the next book doesn't cover them, and they're not involved. Now we got to try to go on without them. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Dawn Treader just sucked. I'm sorry. I tried watching it. I'm like, the first two movies were pretty good. They weren't bad. But I'm like, why bother? Because okay, so just a couple shows there for bonus. I'm going to give you a few extra minutes and I got to run inside. So yeah, and of course, that's right. That's the thing I wanted to bring up about the Fallout series. They're filming it right now, which means probably by the time they get to the Christmas break, it's going to be almost done. Yet you've got sites out there saying you're probably not going to see the series until 2026, and I'm like, dude, it won't take. They already done the read throughs. They've already got the set up. One character in the guy who played Thaddeus mistakenly put up some things on his Instagram, and now he's trying to say he's not involved in the second series at all, but there's clues in those photos that point right at the fact that this is for the Fallout series. But yeah, we talked about War Between the Land and the Sea yesterday. It's wrapped. But why would it take a year to ram this show through post and graphics? It shouldn't. It could be out next fall. Yet everybody's saying it probably won't be out till 2026. There was a reason why they put this thing into production so soon, because they don't want to wait a year. This thing was a smash hit. It was probably next to The Last of Us and maybe one or two others. This was the best video game adaptation that we've probably ever seen. So why would it take over a year? That makes no sense to me. I'm like, it doesn't take a year to put a show, they'll probably finish filming in January, and then they've still got almost an entire year to do post and effects. It's not going to take that long. Okay, so Doctor Who, like I said, we're still kind of in limbo. And we probably will be until after the second series airs. Well, even if they're filming it in 4K, I don't think it would take a year to run eight episodes through post. Especially if they want this thing out in a hurry. Okay, well, I've got to get running inside, gang, because I'm looking at the time and I got to remember this clock here tends to run a little slow, so I got to start making my way through the Arctic tundra into the building. So everyone, please take care of yourselves. Be kind, be calm, be safe. We'll see you all tomorrow. As far as I know, yes, we are working Saturday. That will likely not be canceled. If it does get canceled, I'll let you know one way or the other. I have no idea what's going on with Halo. I lost all interest in it after that first season. So, all right, take care, everyone. We'll see y'all all tomorrow. Be kind, be calm, be safe, and enjoy the rest of your day.